Thanksgiving, I want to start off with something that I read on Facebook. We're not going to say where, but if the person wants to speak up, they can. I thought it was an amazing way to basically talk to Michigan State and Michigan State alumni. So here we go. Michigan State's monstrous cataclysm of a season has finally ended. We as Spartans can't help to know who's the next chief executive officer of the Michigan State football program. The sooner the selection, the better. Let the man put in work. I'm sure he will be vigilant with the process, but we as fans and supporters will have to be patient with the process. It will not be overnight. It may take a season or two. Remember to respect the young men from all around the world who are trying to win games to bring Spartan brand back. It will take time. Support where support is needed. Kind words heal. Mean words bewilder. I thought that was pretty cool.
Man, that was real cool. I like the sound of that.
I read that, and that is an amazing way to view a football program. That was a damn good post there, Flozell. I'm just gonna snitch you out real quick.
Well, I agree, totally, because we as fans, we tend to look beyond, not look beyond at all. You're just looking at wins and losses, but then you got to think about sometimes, people are people. And those people could be we're talking about football here, those can be your nephews, your sons, your future uncles or thing like that. Those are people too. So sometimes you just got to look beyond what you think should be happening in your perspectives and know what the real perspective is, and knowing that those guys are out there doing the best they can. It's no football program, and we're only talking about football right now. You can talk about any sports, but we're only talking about football, that a guy is going to walk out there trying to lose. I don't care, Division I, Division II, Division III, NFL. I mean, Carolina Panthers is the most suckiest record in the NFL right now. Those guys are not walking out there to try to lose. They're going to go out there and try to win, but sometimes you just got to sit back, relax, and reflect that these are people too, and you need to know that.
Yeah. With that said, they just got thumped by Penn State. I mean, 42-0.
Yeah, that was not a good fairing, and it got me upset. I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even watch it anymore. And no disrespect to anybody on that team or coaches or anything like that, but I just call it like I see it. And the offensive coordinator, he has not produced in over two seasons. It definitely wasn't this season. It definitely wasn't last season. He did a good job because they had that Walker there, the great running back who's with Seattle Seahawks right now, and he got them out of a lot of binds because he's such a great running back. So the offense coordinator didn't do a good job or anything. You've seen bright spots during the season with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, catching balls, getting yards, getting a few touchdowns here and there. Why can't you consistently do that? Yeah. Why did it have to happen just one or two times? Why can't it just keep going on and on and on? I mean, it's up for the offensive coordinator to do that and put those guys in good positions to be able to succeed. And he just didn't do that. So this is where we are right now with the new head coach.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. We'll see what happens. I know that Michigan State, my understanding is they're not ranked in basketball right now. It looks like, who they have? GA Southern. Who is GA Southern? Georgia Southern?
Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
They might be a Division II school or Division 1A. They breaking up the conferences and stuff. I don't know what the hell they are, but they're definitely not a Big Ten team, an SEC team, or something like that. So the Michigan State Spartan basketball team should walk all over those guys. But I would like to see them walk over games like Arizona It was plenty of times they could have left those. I watched the game. There was plenty of times where they could have just walked over, but it was stupid mistakes that happened during that game that kept them from winning. And it's just something that's right there that's just not bringing them over the top. It's leading them to 3-3 right now, and I don't think it's a good thing right now because Tom Izzo, everybody like, oh, Tom Izzo goes to the NCAA tournament every year. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't like being in the top 10, so he would purposely, from what I seen, put the second string guys in. So I don't say purposely lose the game, but if they lose, it's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
it's all good. We're gonna
Yeah.
do what we got to do to win the next game. But no, Tom Izzo does show up after January 1st. So definitely need to look at Michigan State basketball then because they definitely need to get those wins to get a seed in the tournament. And I think he has a record. He might be the coach with the most records of going to the NCAA tournament. But if it's not, the record is at least the top 3 or 5 or whatever. But what I want to see is Michigan State basketball get past Sweet 16, Elite 8, all that stuff. Make it to the freaking Final Four.
Yeah.
Final Four, if not the championship. Just making it to the tournament is not satisfactory. They need to do something, win 2 or 3 games, at least make it to the Final Four or the national championship, something, because this just making it to the tournament is getting very monotonous.
Well, and we go a little bit of NBA. It looks like the Bulls are sitting at 13 right now. Oh, in the Eastern Conference.
Like I said last week, I don't know what's going on. They have 3 stars on that team. They got 3 guys that score. Why are they
5 and
losing?
13.
No defense or anything? Because every time they don't show a lot of games down here in Dallas with the Bulls. But, is it a lack of effort, lack of defense or anything? Levine, DeRozan, Van Civic or something? I don't know what it is. Is it too many guys? Scores on that team or what? Do they need to trade somebody or what? They need to trade somebody, do something.
You
Because
mean
they have
Chiefs
some.
not enough Indians?
Yeah, shoot. They got first rounders on that team that's not a Cody White. They should have traded his ass.
Yeah.
He's still out there on the court, and I don't even know why. Flo, how do you know about basketball? I know what I see.
Yeah.
I know what I see. So that's just how it is when it comes to a situation like that. I don't understand why they're under 500 right now. They should be winning a lot more games than they should be, and I'm definitely not impressed. And they need to fire that freaking head coach and bring somebody in. Get a doggone booger that's at Duke right now, 30-year-old coach that's don't have nothing to lose. He wants something to prove. Go in there and just do everything he needs to do to go out and win. Because this mediocrity with the doggone Bulls is very, very upsetting right now.
Yeah. Mavericks doing pretty good since we're here in Dallas. We'll do a little Mavericks. They're 10-6 right now, number 5 in the Western Conference. So that's I always like it when Dallas teams win. It's great for the economy.
It's great for the economy, but you want to know what? It's funny being down here in Dallas when the Dallas Cowboys win on a Sunday, or if it's a Monday night game on a Tuesday. It's something about the aura of this city. It seems bright and uplifting. Like everybody is just so super, super happy. Everybody is super, super happy. You go to the friggin' restaurant and people are like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, what can I get you? But when those guys lose, it seems like it's a dark cloud over the city for the whole week. You go to that same restaurant and say, what you want? Because they live and die for the Cowboys winning in this city. And when they're winning, it's a good thing. And when they lose, it's definitely a bad thing. And me as a former player, I never saw that. I never really paid attention. Of course, the team and the organization, when we lost, we felt bad, but it was within the organization. And you go home and stuff, go out to restaurants and all that stuff as a player, but pay attention to what the fans really think because you're out there sitting trying to do your very best. But look at this dude right here.
I had to toss that up there.
He done took me out of my but I didn't notice that till after I retired and how these people sit up here and act when it comes to that. Not people, the fans. So
Hey, they're
Definitely
crazy,
a
man.
football city, and when the Cowboys win, it's definitely a good aura over the city, just like you said.
Yeah.
And he
Hey,
got this Vine, and people are gonna read this anyways. He got this Vine solo talking about again. Man, I'm not soft, man. I'm not soft. You better get out of here.
okay, so I have a we're getting into our NFL stuff and the, obviously the news broke yesterday about Carolina firing its head coach. So, but I have a question. And my question is why? What good is it, what good does it do you to do that in the middle of a season? Because it basically is the middle of the season.
Pretty
I
much,
don't
yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, what do you accomplish?
We're gonna get back to that local bar environment thing, but one thing that I see that I know as being an ex-professional player is that sometimes it's not about the firing of the coach because of what he's not doing for the team. Like, what are they, 1-11, something like
Yeah,
that? It has to be something on the inside of that organization that the owner is pissed off at the coach pissed off at the owner, or they got arguing and stuff like that, and the owner gets the last say so or anything. So maybe they had a shouting match. He went to the head coach office, they had a shouting match, like, get out of here, something like that. I think it's more beyond just 1-11. Because it's rare that a coach get fired in the middle of the season just like that, especially when you just hired him. You
yeah,
just hired him last, what, March? And here he come midway through the season, 3 quarters of the season, they want to fire him. Nah, it's
yeah.
something internal, and you're not going to find out about it unless somebody get wind of it or something and put it in the paper and it's going to disappear. But I think it's something internal between the coaches, and the owner or the top brass of the organization.
All right. You want to comment on Vaughn's bar environment?
When the Cowboys win, it's great for the local environments. Yeah, it's good for the local environments. Just like I said, I mentioned the bars and everything, restaurants, all that other stuff, because people are happy, happy, happy,
Oh
happy,
yeah.
happy when they go up in there.
Yeah, economics 101 when people are happy, they spend money. Um but it's just yeah. That's why I'm not mad if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl cuz you know, that's awesome.
Well,
Uh
one of the most important things the Cowboys win the Super Bowl is that I'm definitely not sold on it yet because they
yeah.
haven't played anybody. Washington Redskins, Carolina Panthers, those are the guys. But
And they
these
lost against
next
somebody they played.
these next couple of games that they're getting ready to play,
Eagle, yeah.
I mean, Seattle's not a punk now. Seattle's definitely not a punk, and they're going to be a force to reckon with, I predict, definitely. And then they have the Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, and Lions.
Yeah, let's actually go through um some of our stuff. So, Green Bay at Detroit. Green Bay obviously won that game. You know, it was. I was surprised. You were surprised. We actually both took Detroit. Um, Dallas beat Washington. I don't think neither one of us were surprised on that one. San Francisco beat Seattle. That one really wasn't surprising. Miami beat the Jets. Not surprising. I took Atlanta. You took New Orleans. Obviously, Atlanta. There's probably a little bit of luck involved. Cincinnati isn't going to go anywhere, not without Joe Burrow, and Pittsburgh basically showed that. Um,
But I was impressed with Pittsburgh. They fired that offensive coordinator,
yeah,
and they had, what, close to 400 yards offense, something they never got close to this year with
yeah,
a new coordinator, whoever the coordinator is. The points didn't reflect it.
yeah,
The points definitely, I mean, it shows that they were moving the ball up and down the field, but they just didn't get the score. But with the new offensive coordinator, that's probably going to happen. But they definitely almost got 400 yards of total offense, which is good for them. I'm sure they walking around there beating their chest, all happy right now. So next week is going to be interesting to see if they can produce that same amount.
yeah. Tampa Bay beat Indianapolis beat Tampa Bay. We both took Tampa. New York beat New England. Houston lost to Jacksonville. That last kick,
Yeah,
he crawled into a hole.
yeah, that
Um,
was definitely a definitely bad call right there. But Houston's still playing high caliber, and I think they're gonna make it to the playoffs.
yeah. We both took Denver. I took the Rams. You took Arizona. Obviously, the Rams won that game. So let's since we have Vaughn on here, Mr. Vaughn. Uh, yeah, Indianapolis and Jacksonville are both on a roll. That is 100% true. But now
Yeah,
that
they
we
are.
have Vaughn on here, how the crap nuggets do you go up that much as Vegas and then turn around and lose to Kansas City? I mean, they were rolling and just fell apart. That's of course that's a standard nowadays, which Vegas fell apart. And then I have something that I want to do here. Let's see if I can find it.
What was that score for Raiders and Kansas City?
Raiders Kansas City was 31 to 17.
Oh,
Oh, oh, yeah. Um, yeah. And they look so good. I mean, in that first half, they look so good. I mean, it was you really thought that they were going to be able to accidentally pull out a win against Kansas City.
well, I mean, it looks like they're going pretty good at first to me because that quarterback, who's ever heard of O'Connell?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good game, and his stats show it 23 for 33, 248, one touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a pretty good job for somebody that nobody's ever heard of. But Kansas City is not high flying right now, and I think that's going to definitely pull them out the playoffs because of that offense coordinator, Nagy, who's
Yeah.
with Chicago Bears. He doesn't have that prolific offense type mind like the enemy has, and that when he was there with Kansas City, now he's with Washington. So Kansas City definitely going to struggle when they get higher up into the season and into the playoffs. But the Raiders seem like they have a little fire, but it just fizzled out towards the end. So they just probably need a little spice to help them out.
Which I'm a Bears fan, so I mean, I saw that last week against Detroit. But I do want to play a little game. Yeah. I do want to play a little game. And the game is who won this game. So I'm going to give you the stats, and I'm going to ask you who won the game. Now, obviously, this is a trick question, but still. Passing yards, 332 to 93. Rushing yards, 173 to 185. Total yards, 505 to 378. I guess it would be more who should have won that game, 505 or 378.
Well, of course, 505 should have won, but since you asked that question, I'm guessing 378 won. So, which I'm probably thinking that game would, that sounds like something like the Miami Dolphins.
Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh,
I
man.
am
How can I forget that game
dumbfounded.
right there?
I am
How can I forget that
dumbfounded.
game? I
How
don't know
in
what's going on at Buffalo.
but it doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, if you look at the score, the Eagles were up 7-0 in the first quarter. All right, I get it. Then the score was 17-7. Buffalo was up by 10. By the time you get into the third quarter, the Eagles scored, so now you're 14-17, and then you score, so now you're 14-24. You're up by 10 again. In the fourth quarter, you get outscored by 10 points, lose in overtime. The final score, 37-34. It doesn't make any sense how you can do all that, and we've got another one, but how you can do all that and still lose.
Well, I mean, that has to be, to me, a defensive coordinator type of thing because at the end, when they were trying to keep Philly from scoring, they were sitting up there playing that damn prevent defense instead of being aggressive with them. But Hurts is a very smart quarterback. So he's not going to hold on to the ball on a blitz or anything like that. So the wide receivers were reading them pretty well to get those catches when he was shooting out those hots. But Buffalo Bills defense can't sustain, and they cannot come from behind team. If they usually get up there early, way up there early, they usually win. But you can't do that against teams like the Philadelphia Eagles. He could have did it to Jacksonville or maybe even the Ravens or something like that who can't come from behind. But when you're playing prolific teams like the Eagles, that's not going to happen. And keep in mind, is it raining? Well, you can't. Well, it's raining out there. You
raining
can't
on
pass
both
the ball.
of them. But it was raining on both of them. And hell, it's Buffalo. Buffalo has an open stadium. Eagles have an open stadium.
I know, but it's hard to pass the ball from the quarterback to do those type of things because I don't know why.
Hurts did it.
Huh?
Hurts did it.
Yeah, he did it. He did it, but
by 10 points.
It was different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Baltimore beat the Chargers, which brings me to another topic. I personally believe this is a statement from me and in no way reflects a statement of anyone else who's commenting on this or on this show or in the comments, but I think you should get flagged for shitty touchdown celebrations.
They used to have that stuff back in the day when they did that old ghetto crap.
No. I mean, just bad ones. You don't get flagged. If you do a good one, you don't get flagged.
But how you going to distinguish a good one and a bad one?
When your quarterback looks at you like you're an idiot, because you saw on the sidelines, he was having to explain it to the quarterback.
It was over by then, so you can't find them.
But I know, they should have a crowd of people who rate it, and if you rate under 6, you should get a flag for
Look, they used to give those flags for that old ghetto-ish they used to do back in the day, but then they told the NFL to tell the players not to do it, and they stopped it for a while.
Right.
And I think about 3 or 4 years ago, they had slowed that down and said they can do some type of celebrations with some different thing.
But I think what Vaughn's forgetting is they literally he was sitting there having to. Who's the quarterback for Baltimore? Come on, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
He was sitting there. He was sitting there explaining, and Jackson looked at him like, "No, man, no."
I didn't see that particular one, but it's a difference between celebrating and having fun and celebrating and having that ghetto-ish.
It wasn't ghetto. It's just it didn't make any sense.
I know, but as long as they celebrate and having fun, I think it's perfectly fine.
Oh no! I loved I think you met him too, Billy White Shoes Johnson in Miami. Billy White Shoes Johnson was the start it, and I thought it was crazy that they took away touchdown celebrations, and I think it should stay. It is not that, but I think you should be penalized if nobody knows what the hell you're doing. Because nobody knew what he was doing. The other dude proposed to him. He was
they're
like,
not going to do that.
They're
not going to do that.
I know they're not going to do it, but it's just it's just funny.
The only person that knows what type of celebration you're going to do is that person. If he's going to do something single-handedly or some stuff out there, I got to question something like, what the hell was that? But if they do some team stuff and they practice it all week to be able to do it, they say on our first or second or third score, or when we score, this is a dance we're going to do. But sometimes those guys go out there single-handedly and do stuff. You're like, huh?
Yes.
So the ref's supposed to pull out the flag for that?
Well, it's a joke, man. Obviously, they're not going to.
I'm going with you.
Yes, it should. Because Lamar Jackson, he was literally went to the sidelines and was like, he was explaining, he's like, I was throwing it, and then Lamar Jackson's like,
Well, let's tell him, well, if you're on that team, be a Lamar Jackson. If you don't know what the hell he's doing, quarterback or offensive lineman, anybody going to do like, man, don't do that no more.
Yeah. All right.
Don't do that no more.
Move on to the next.
Yeah.
So our final game, Chicago and Minnesota, just could not. I watched this game. It was painful. I don't understand how they got 4 turnovers. It was just, I was literally banging my head against the wall. Like, how can you not get points off all your turnovers?
Because they ran 4 quick screens in the first quarter.
Oh,
I'm
that shit
like,
was
dude, the
hilarious.
damn offensive coordinator, like, don't you have anything in your offense that's better than that? The freaking quick screens. If they don't work, they don't work. You get some offensive coordinators out there that sit up there. I only got through the first. You got some offensive coordinators out there that just keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Communicate with me. You go to them and like tell them, hey, it doesn't work. And they keep forcing it, forcing it. Okay, say if you get 30 yards on one play, but what happened to the other 6 times you did it? It doesn't work. That doggone field, they're not even helping this guy at all. He just looked bewildered out there when it comes to stuff. And I just feel sorry for him when he's with that program because that program absolutely sucks. I don't know. Is the head coach a offensive, defensive guy?
Defense, which is why, if you notice, when the defensive coordinator quit or whatever he had going on, the defense has gotten better and better and better as we go on, because the defense outperformed last night. I mean, that was utterly ridiculous, the things that they did last night. I mean, sweat everybody, interceptions, sacks. I mean, it was stopping the run. I mean, they had -7 yards in the first quarter. Minnesota had -7 yards in the first quarter.
I mean, I was feeling sorry for the aerospace engineer guy out there. He just couldn't get it going because doggone wide receivers were dropping the balls and they were getting tipped. For 2 interceptions, they got tipped. But he just couldn't get anything going. The ground game going. The Bears are very aggressive trying to get this win. So the Meta Man won with those crappy points they put up.
Well, and you look at, they had Chicago had 114 yards in the first quarter and got 3 points.
Yeah, that's bad. You got to get in the end zone.
Yep. I mean, it was just because everyone, it was 12 to, the final score was 12-10. And that's field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, this reminds me of when Robbie Gould was, it's one of the reasons that he's the highest scoring Chicago Bear of all time, because that's what it was. Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal.
They keep bringing these defensive-minded coaches into the doggone Bears. I mean, why don't they bring out? Well, they did try to bring an offensive guy, Nagy, the last one, but that didn't work.
But he did really well his first year. And we posed that question last year. When Vaughn and Mafia were on here, and we were doing it back then, and it was like, how is it that Nagy's first year, you had Khalil Mack making touchdowns, you had crazy crap going, it looked like the Kansas City Chiefs, and then it was like the next year it was gone
because he was coaching a team that was there previously, and then he changed it. He got rid of some of those guys and started putting his guys, and that's what messed it up.
He still had Trubisky. He still had most of the guys. I mean, obviously, watching DJ Moore play football, to me, is I mean, that's entertainment. That guy catches the ball, he just gets more yards.
He does.
The dude's ridiculous after the catch. And, you're not really giving him a lot of catches. Obviously, one of the biggest plays last night was in the fourth quarter, straight down the middle, DJ Moore. And I mean, I don't know if he hurt his ankle. I don't know what's going on, but that's just crazy. But yeah, they kept doing the same thing over and over, and Minnesota caught on.
I don't get why the offense coordinator doesn't use DJ Moore as a decoy anymore. They need to send him as a decoy. Just do something, because if you send him a decoy, he's covered by 2 guys. Somebody's open. So I don't see how it's that hard to get that down on the playbook and have that quarterback sit up there and read the stuff so we'll be able to see with it. I don't get it.
So they were posing the question last night, with Chicago having the number 1 overall pick, and I think as of right now, either number 4 or number 5, do you keep Justin Fields and put weapons around him, or do you take a quarterback?
That's a hard question. It depends if the head coach is going to be there. You don't know if he's going to be there or not. But nevertheless, just pretend that he's going to be there. That's going to be a hard decision because I think they scrambled his brain up so much, Justin Fields, that he can't get out of what he is right now. He probably needs a change of scenery so he can develop with somebody else because his football skills are tarnished being with Chicago Bears because they suck so bad. But I think they should, if they want to win, they need to bring some type of veteran in to be able to succeed, to be able to do a little bit better than Justin Fields. So I don't know. I don't know who's going to be available out there then.
Yeah. I mean, that's my love letter to the Minnesota Vikings. Dear Minnesota Vikings. I love
Kirk
Dobbs.
Cousins.
Yeah, Dobbs is your next, franchise quarterback. You don't need Kirk Cousins. That's my letter to the Minnesota Vikings is don't re-sign Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Come on down to the Bears, Kirk. Yeah. Come on down to the Bears.
Come on over.
Yeah.
We got warm benches. We'll make sure that we'll help you out. Anything you need, Kirk, we got you. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we see how it goes. We're gonna have open arms. I mean, hey, get a doggone Cash App ready for Kirk Cousins. So man, he don't even need it. He's made enough already. So just go on to the Bears, Kirk.
Yeah, and he is that kind of guy. I don't know if I don't think, and this is just the different things you've seen on him. You shut up. You be quiet, Vaughn.
Vaughn, be nice.
Yeah, be nice.
Be nice. He is not garbage.
Boo-boo ass team.
Yeah, be nice. The quarterback is not garbage. He's been taught garbage.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to this week's schedule. So Thursday night, Seattle at Dallas. I took Dallas.
I'll take Dallas. I think they're going to win by a touchdown or so, but I don't think the Seattle are going to give it up easy. So expect the Seahawks to stay in there to at least the beginning of the fourth quarter till they start, easing away from them. So it's going to be a tough one for the Cowboys. And the Seahawks got to win at least a couple of games to be going to the playoffs. They're sitting at 6-5 right now. So they have to start winning some games to be able to make playoffs because Denver's in Denver AFC. Forget what I got to say. All right,
go. Indianapolis at Tennessee. I took Indianapolis on this one.
I'll take Indianapolis, just like Vaughn had mentioned earlier. Indianapolis, along with Jacksonville, on the up and up. Seem to have some slow starts in the beginning of the season, but now they start to open it up and trying to get some wins to be able to make that playoff. So I'll go with Indy.
Chargers at New England. I took the Chargers.
Chargers at New England. I'll take the Chargers too, because they're sitting at 4-7 right now. And if they don't win this one, they're going to be pretty much out of the playoffs. So they got to win this one to be even considered to be in the playoffs, especially in that division that they're in. So I'll pick the Chargers.
Detroit at New Orleans. I took Detroit.
I'll take Detroit too. I mean, New Orleans, I don't know, they're up and down right now. Quarterback situation. They with Carr. Carr's just up and down. He has a great game, one game. Next game, he sucks. But I take Detroit because of that loss last week. They're going to get in there and get it done.
Yep. Atlanta at the Jets. That one's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, Atlanta and the Jets. That's one of those games that probably not going to get the most viewers or anything. So both of those teams are most likely. Dang, Atlanta's first in the NFC South.
Yeah, what's their
5-6.
Yeah.
They most likely will probably not make the playoffs, but they'll be 6-6 after this, and with about 4 or 5 games to go. Who knows? If they beat them, they'd probably be up there on the top, be able to win.
Yeah. Who are you taking? I took Atlanta.
I'll take Atlanta.
Arizona at Pittsburgh. I took Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Steelers because that little Murray guy, the little Munchie Cheese, is not going to be able to do anything against that Steelers defense Steelers defenses always have a good defense, so I think all that running around and stuff is not going to work with the way Murray plays. So look for the Steelers to come out with a victory.
I took Tampa Bay over Carolina. Mainly just I need Carolina to lose out the rest of the season, please.
Yeah, they
We want
probably
you to
want to
stay
lose
on
out the
board.
rest of the season. I picked Tampa Bay, but Carolina's coaches change, and I'm sure the overall morale and that whole organization, let alone the locker room, sucks right now. So yeah, they might lose this one too.
Yeah, my understanding when I listened was they took the special teams coach, made him the head coach because they wanted the offensive or offensive coordinator to continue working with. In other words, not changing anything on the offense for the quarterback since this is rookie year. I thought that was pretty smart.
Uh, yeah, there's something going on in that coaching thing for the owner to make a decision like that. The special teams coach,
The
that's
one
that's
person
that's
who,
that's not normal. That's not
yeah.
normal. So we have to see the outcome of that.
So we also have Miami at Washington. I took Miami.
Oh, Miami, they should blow them out. They got a 9.5 spread right now. Washington is just not doing anything, being competitive like I thought they were. And get ready, like you said last week, for Rivera to get out and Bieniemy be the next head coach, where he's probably going to do a lot better. And Washington will probably be a more prolific team than they are this year, next year.
And Bieniemy's a very offense. Obviously he's the offensive coordinator, but he's big in offense, right?
Yeah, he's big in offense. That's all he does is offense.
My curiosity, what? They've Raiders did it and made the playoffs.
What did they do?
What in the world? What's they is? They Raiders. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to retype that.
He said the Raiders. The Raiders did it and made the playoffs.
Did what?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
All right.
So next game we may differ on is Denver at Houston. I took Denver. I think they're on a fucking roll.
I'll take Denver on that too, to tell you the truth.
Oh,
I like Sean Payton. I mean, people were booing him and all that stuff with Russell Wilson and all the things that are going. That defense is playing superb right now, and offense seems to be clicking a little bit better. And I know what we say about Houston is, they're doing pretty good, but Denver is up on there right now, and they're playing, they playoff caliber team. So
yeah, they're on my get excited board. I have my don't get excited board and my get excited board, and Denver is on the don't get it. Get excited. Chicago's on don't get excited. That win didn't mean nothing. Kept their special teams coach as a head coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, it's not normal, but hey,
yeah,
it happens.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers might be the dysfunctional Raiders team because Raiders always been dysfunctional, especially the last 10 years. I think Carolina over the next couple of years are going to take that away from the Raiders.
Yeah. So the next game is Cleveland at LA for the Rams.
Say the Rams are going to do that one.
Yep, I took the Rams as well. All right, so this to me is the game of the week. San Francisco at Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I took Philadelphia.
I'll take the Eagles with that because the only reason I'm doing that is because they're going to be in Philly. And Philly is a hostile place to play in. Yeah. San Francisco, they're San Francisco. They're doing a thing with a mistake-free caliber offense with Purdy. But with the way it hurts coming back the last 2 or 3 games from behind and the way the defense is playing and being clutch at the end of the fourth quarter and everything, I take Philly.
Yeah. I took Philly as well. Kansas City at Green Bay. To me, that was kind of an easy one. I took Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be easy for Kansas City and Green Bay because the Love is playing decently good, better than he has in the beginning of the season. But I do see Kansas City winning that game. I only give them by a touchdown.
Yeah. Cincinnati at Jacksonville. I mean, I took Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville. They've been airing it out, making some catches because earlier, about 3 or 4 games ago, when Jacksonville was doing that, a lot of receivers dropping balls, not knowing where to go. Lawrence and company seemed like they weren't doing the right thing. So they seem like they click and they're gelling right now, and they're starting to look good towards the end of the season. They want to make those playoffs, so I picked Jacksonville for that one too.
All right. Well, that's our NFL stuff, man. What else you got?
That's it right here. I mean, it's not too much. We got down here in Dallas, the Mavericks are playing good, and it seems like Irvin and Doncic are doing well together, which I thought they weren't, but they're doing pretty good. And, they got the best record, I think, in the West, or the top three at least. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. I still believe that the Dallas Mavericks are not going to win the championship with Doncic. Can't do it.
Yeah, the Mavericks are 10-6. They're sitting at number 5 in the Western Conference. Number 1's Timberwolves, then Thunder, Nuggets, Suns, and Mavericks.
Okay, top 5. So, yeah. The Mavericks will not win an NBA championship with Doncic. He's too much of a ball hog.
You think so? He's just not he's just not pushing it around enough.
To me, he's a young LeBron James. Non-clutch. Because he's going to get 30, 35 points in a game. But how many points does he get in the fourth quarter, especially in the last 5 minutes? History shows that Doncic does not score a lot in the end of the fourth quarter, which can cause a team to lose, which is what the Dallas Mavericks are probably going to do. So you're not going to win an NBA championship with Doncic.
Yeah. So in the East, it's Celtics, Magic, Bucks, 76ers, and Heat in the top 5.
Yeah, I like the Celtics, even though crybaby Tatum. Tatum? He's always crying. With crybaby, dude. Like, dude, he's 6'10", 230 pounds. You're just crying every doggone time you don't get somebody hits you on the shoulder. You wanna foul or something like that. Just keep playing and quit crying.
Yeah.
The Mavs look a lot better, and Luka's got a lot better shooting the ball. The Mavs problem, they don't have a rim protector. Yeah, they don't. They didn't. I mean, when is the last time the Mavs had a rim protector? Like 15 years or something like that. But I think they had him back then, and they haven't had one since. They just want those doggone European three-pointer guys. So that shows you that's not going to work like that, especially with the Mavericks organization.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. We thank everybody for watching. Vaughn, thanks for the participation. Michael, thanks for the participation. UVEB, what in the hell is that?
He didn't even start.
Oh, Tyson.
He didn't start. He didn't even start. I mean,
that's a basketball player?
Yeah, Tyson Chandler. He was with the Bulls.
No, yeah, I did Tyson Chandler's house here in Dallas when he got traded here. But who's this? UVE Blaub. Is that just a typo, Mike?
What are these guys drinking this morning, man? It's only 10:25.
Fireball. No, he was.
I know he was a man, but he didn't start.
Yeah, are y'all gonna make me Google this? So what is it? UVE BLAA.
He's an old Mavericks player. I mean, we're thinking like modern history there, Mike. What is that, Russian?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's an old Mavs player. Yeah, I did Tyson Chandler's. Did his house.
He said he was a starting center when they. Oh, there he goes, a joke. Gotcha. Said she was starting for the Mavs when they won a championship. It's been so long, I probably forgot, but
I've slept.
Point is, they need a rim protector. They need a rim protector. They need a guy. You know what? They need a guy like that dude from Golden State.
Which one is that?
Oh, what's that guy, man? They need a guy who don't care about scoring, but he's going to protect the rim and get the ball.
They need a Pippin.
Yeah, that's what they need. And he goes up there and do the pick and rolls and all other stuff. Looney. The Mavs need a player like a center like Looney. They'll be a lot better if they had a guy like Looney. He doesn't care about scoring. He's going to grab some rebounds, make some defensive stuff go on. So they need a guy like that, but they don't have it. So good luck.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, we appreciate y'all watching. We'll be back next week, every week. I always try to do Tuesdays around 9:30. We appreciate y'all watching.
Peace out.